turn the music up, I got my records on. I shut the world outside until the lights come on. Maybe the streets maybe the trees are gone. Hello!
One does not simply walk into...
Kilimanjaro is a pretty tricky climb, you know. Most of it's up till you reach the very, very top, and then it tends to slope away rather sharply.
Day one, the adventure begins, taking epilepsy awareness to new heights. At the end of day one, for taking epilepsy awareness to new heights, it was about 2,000 foot gain. We did, I guess, about 4 miles, something like that. I say we, myself and photographer Ayaz, and our porters, and a few other fine folks that we've met along the way. We ran into some monkeys in the trees, which was pretty wild, and yeah, it's been, you know, it's a great start to hopefully a great experience. And you know, I'm doing all of this. I never had a desire or motivation to climb a mountain, but since my wife Carolina's passing, I've sort of found a bit of a calling, if you will, to raise awareness for epilepsy, and particularly SUDEP. When Carolina passed away at the age of 25, I knew she had epilepsy, and she had her medication that she took daily, and I certainly wasn't aware that you could die from epilepsy. A fact that I became horribly aware of when I found my wife dead. So I've done a lot of things, concerts and awareness efforts and things online, and this is the latest in that sort of journey, that calling, if you will, to teach people about epilepsy and SUDEP in the hopes that, you know, someday someone would not experience such a similar tragic loss. So that's kind of the, if you will, that's sort of the public purpose of this. That's the calling purpose of this. But there is another side of it, you know, which is personal. Carolina passed away in August 2011 on the 22nd, and when I began working on this particular endeavor, you know, it seemed befitting that I would be on the summit on the anniversary of her passing. Not only to, you know, not to sound like a cheese ball, not only to, you know, sort of get as close to her, should there be a heaven, as possible, but, you know, to honor her and in a way, go on a bit of a personal, spiritual journey, emotional journey. Because I've heard a lot of people talking about things like, you know, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, like these extreme things, being life-changing, being, you know, exhilarating and awakening, and so I'm sort of hopeful that that's the case here in a way. You know, I don't like to say closure. I hate that word, actually, but, you know, I'm kind of hoping that this, you know, in doing this and raising awareness, you know, doing all that, which is the primary motivation. But I'm also hoping that there's sort of a secondary, not even secondary, just ancillary thing, which is, you know, for me, that it's somewhat personally healing, you know, that I can reach that summit and then come back to potentially the next chapter. You know, I love Carolina, I always will, but you know, I think it's you know, it'll be 2 years on Summit Day since she passed, and you know, it's, you know, I throw myself into, you know, advocacy to probably an obsessive degree. You know, not with any false hopes that it would bring her back or anything like that, but again, like I said, just to try to prevent somebody else from experiencing a loss. I think it's, I think for me, the pinnacle of this journey, and I'm hoping to find a bit of Uhuru, which is the name of the peak, and the name of the peak, Uhuru in Swahili means freedom.
Carolina, maravilha de mulher. Para todas as Carolinas do meu Brasil varonil.
Carolina é uma menina bem difícil de esquecer. Andar bonito e um brilho no olhar. Tem um jeito adolescente que me faz enlouquecer. E um molejo que eu não vou te enganar. Maravilha feminina, meu docinho de pavê. Inteligente, ela é muito sensual. Te confesso que estou apaixonado por você. Ô Carolina, isso é muito natural. Ô Carolina, eu preciso de você. Ô Carolina, eu não vou suportar não te ver. Carolina, eu preciso te falar. Ô Carolina, eu vou amar você.
Day 2, Shira Camp 1. That is the big hill in the background as I continue to do this trek. Day 2 of 8. To take epilepsy awareness to new heights. It's my real honor to do this for all those living with and lost epilepsy. Today, actually, I was able to teach my guide a bit about epilepsy, so it's been, you know, every single person that I get to teach is a reward. So, thank you for watching this video, and that's where I'm going.
Halfway to everywhere, nowhere near anywhere. Was hypnotized by highway signs. I remember what I had to say to you. But over the phone won't do. I was remembering the day we met, when love showed up by accident.
Day 4, we're at Shira Camp 2. We're at about, I think it's 12,500 feet. Today we have a bit of a long day, about a 9-hour day. We're going from here to a higher point, which is called Lava Tower. That takes us to about 15,000 feet. So we'll be going up and then coming down to what's known as Barranco Camp, and that's at about 13,000 feet. So last night was cold, but I think the first night was probably coldest just because of the shock. You can see I'm unshaven. So I think the next 2 nights we're going to be at about 13,000 feet per night. So it's going to be somewhat consistent as far as cold goes. I'm not wearing my gloves right now, but I am freezing. So Ayaz got up at about 3 and took some really amazing shots of the planets aligning behind the mountain, which is there where the sun is. You know, we can't see it here because it's direct sunlight, but yeah, he's got some really great shots. And yeah, we're off on the trail. Day 4, taking epilepsy awareness to new heights. I met some really awesome people, and one thing that's very cool is on summit day, they've all kind of agreed or offered to wear purple to summit in honor of epilepsy awareness. So, I mean, that's just, I'm just speechless because of that. It's amazing.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
morning of day 5. It was cold again last night. That's the mountain behind me. Today we're going to go up what's called the Barranco Wall. We just climbed Barranco Wall. We're at Taranga Camp. Today we go to Barafu Camp, which is about 15,000 feet altitude, and that is the base camp. From there we will make our ascent to Kilimanjaro. I think we go to bed tonight about 6 p.m. and wake up about midnight or so. So it's going to be a long day. Today is a bit of a long day. I think it's about, well, it's only about 2 miles, but it's about 2,000 feet gain. So it should be a bit challenging. When the sun's out, it is hot, and when you're in the shade, it is cold. It's amazing. Last night we slept above the clouds, which is crazy, majestic. It's beautiful here, and we camped literally on the side of a mountain here, and basically you have to stand at like a 30-degree slope just to be level. It's crazy. It's the coolest thing. You get out of your tent, you sort of stumble forward, but yeah. So day 6, continuing to take epilepsy awareness to new heights.
If you wait for me, then I'll come for you. Although I've traveled far, I always hold a place for you in my heart.
We're at Barafu Camp, which is the base camp to Kilimanjaro. I think we're about 15,000 feet. We're going to have kind of an early day and get up, I guess, about midnight, go to sleep about 6 p.m. tonight, wake up about midnight, and start trekking for the summit, which is, you can see behind me there. There's a trail, I can see it. It's going to be a slow and steady and deliberate pace. It's going to be cold and windy, and it's going to suck. But, I mean, for this cause, I would pretty much do anything to raise awareness for epilepsy. So I have photos from some fine folks who have sponsored me, some amazing friends, and I'm just so grateful for that, and sort of honored by this opportunity to do such a feat, and hopefully I will make it and not disappoint anybody. And don't expect a whole lot of footage on the climb up, because I think it's going to be cold as balls, and I think I'm going to have 2 layers of gloves on and all that kind of stuff, and my primary focus is going to be getting to the top. So after a really strenuous, difficult morning, we made it to Stella Point above the clouds. It's the first, I guess it's the first pinnacle on Kilimanjaro. We're going to move forward to Uhuru Peak in, I don't know, a few minutes here. We're just taking a breather. There's quite a few folks up here The air's thin. It was a long and cold morning, man. It was strenuous. There's no doubt about that. But all four in my group made it. Ayaz, Catherine, and Claire. So, yeah, it's been a tough morning, but I'm glad we're here.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room.
So, day 7, we climbed to the summit of Kilimanjaro, and we made it. It was a long and very tiring day. Woke up, I guess, about 11 p.m. last night, and hiked. You know, we got on the trail, I guess, about midnight, and reached the summit maybe around, well, we reached Stella Point maybe around 8, I guess, something like that, 8:30, and then Uhuru Peak, I guess, about 9:30, 9:45, something like that. So it was a long day, and then it took another 2 or 3 hours in the baking sun to come back down to camp. That's the mountain there behind me, by the way. And yeah, I mean, it was you know, today's August 22nd. You know, a rough day for me. It was the day that Carolina passed away 2 years ago. This trek was you know, it's fulfilling in a lot of ways. You know, for the cause of raising epilepsy awareness, you know, I thank everybody that that sent nice comments and emails and shared images and, you know, just anything. Every little bit, every little communication helps in terms of raising awareness. And you know, I always say, and I put it on my memes and things, is, you know, together we can change the way the world sees and understands epilepsy, and I believe that to be true. So don't think of this as me, think of this as we. And yeah, one thing that was kind of humbling was, you know, the actual climb. You know, it was really cold, and it was pretty steep, and it was not pleasant, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, the thing that kept me motivated was not only, you know, obviously personal motivation of honoring Carolina, which is infinite, but also the support I've gotten from the epilepsy community, which is, you know, just outstanding, and, you know, I'm speechless about it. It's just amazing. So, yeah, that certainly lifted me up to the summit. And you know, the one thing, as I was trudging along the cold and the wind and you know, through sore legs and everything, you know, I couldn't legitimately have a complaint or, you know, a grievance, because, you know, that's really nothing compared to someone having a seizure. You know, I don't have epilepsy. Tragically, I lost my wife, but, you know, I'll never know what it's like to have a seizure, you know, and, you know, have a lifetime of seizures. You know, so, you know, the physical pain that I endured today during this hike is, you know, is temporary, and it's, you know, it's fleeting, and it's minute, and, you know, but if I can do something like this and attract attention to the cause, then I'll continue to do that. In fact, this went so well, where day 7 we go back down today, day 8, and then I fly out, I guess, 2 days from now. But yeah, we got some great footage. I was able to see if it came along and shot some really great stuff, and a bunch of pictures and share videos and things like that. And, you know, we're still putting together the documentary, so hopefully that will see the light of day at some point. And that's with our friends Heather and Matt McGibbon, Epilepsy Film. But yeah, this went so well, and, you know, my thought as I'm sitting here on August 22nd is next August 22nd, which would be 3 years the anniversary of Carolina's passing, and maybe I do take epilepsy awareness to new heights again. And my first thought is Machu Picchu, and the reason I say that is Carolina and I spoke often about going there, and I've actually run into a few people on this trail that have done that, so I've gotten a little bit of insight, and yeah, so I may just do that. So Machu Picchu 2014, August 22nd. Who's in?
When she was just a girl, she expected